We're going to talk about it, man. Back at it. Another day in paradise, man. I know they like, Ambassador Ron, where you been at, man? Where you been at? I just been sitting back, observing. You know what I'm saying? Collecting my thoughts. Letting y'all have y'all turn. Letting y'all have y'all way. Letting you niggas, you know what I'm saying, pop your shit. Not trying to kill you niggas' holiday spirits. You know what I mean? But I'm back at it, though, man. We back at it. You know what I'm saying? And before we get started, like, share, comment, share the live, all the good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about it for sure. Tonight's live, man, it's important because I've been seeing way too much foolery, man. You got gangbangers recording alleged pimps getting beat up. Saying, damn, P, you getting beat up? You getting beat up? You getting beat up by the bitch, P? You know what I'm saying? You got broads, 152s, hopping on the camera, talking about, first of all, being chopped. No, you're going to jail, buddy. You're going to the slammer. I like the fake pimps, the ones that eat ass and eat pussy and, buy me things. You know what I'm saying? If you're not down to take a split, if you're not down to cut it in half, if you're not willing to go half with me, then it's bye-bye. Bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get monetized, but at the same time, man, I gotta spread this game. And I am monetized, by the way. Let me just say that. And I don't have 50,000 subscribers, and I'm still monetized. So let me just put that out there. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, it's so much that I want to say that I really be holding back, to be honest with you. It's a lot I want to say, but I be holding back. And I think a lot of people that personally know me know that. Like Ron can let loose, for real. We gonna keep it all the way 100. Yeah, he can let loose. He can let loose for sure. You know what I'm saying? He be holding back. You know what I mean? But Broad sitting up there saying that on camera, you know what I'm saying? Broad's cussing out, putting niggas in headlocks. You know what I mean? Because she want to go half, or he asked for a trap. This is the first generation of broads that act shocked when you say that you have a choosing fee. They actually offended. I said this in one of my previous lives. This is the first generation where they were offended. A choosing fee? What you mean you got a choosing fee? Oh, you a real pimp. That's how you know there's too many niggas in this shit that don't belong. There's too many individuals in this that don't belong. When you got bras saying, you have a choosing fee? When you got bras going on camera talking about, I want a fake pimp. When there's a pushback in regards for the authentics, that's how you know we have a problem within this game. So this live tonight is going to be called the early 90s hoes, the early 90s ladies of leisure, the early 90s and 2000s ladies of leisure versus the modern day 304. The 90s and early 2000s ladies of leisure versus the modern day 304. We have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about it. This is the first generation. You know what I'm saying? Of bras to do that. This is the first generation. And the reason why a lot of these bras is like that is because a lot of the individuals, a lot of the fellas, you know what I'm saying, that's in this shit. A lot of the niggas. Let me just call it the way I call it, man. It's the niggas. You know what I'm saying? This is the first generation. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say it's a new generation or it's a new era. Yeah, it's a new error, like I've been telling you. ERROR. Making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You niggas is making mistakes. Because you mixing this gangster shit and selling drugs and being scammers with the pimping shit. It's almost like if you're not an ignorant, illiterate motherfucker, then you not no P. Or if you don't dress like a rapper, you not no P. So, you know, a lot of these broads, they seeing that, and they say, you know what? Well, if you can be a scammer, a gangster, a killer, and do all this other shit, and talk about P, then I could be, you know what I'm saying, a girlfriend prostitute, and dress like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't know that a lot of you guys are creating the monsters that you're complaining about. You know it's bad when you got dudes that have no business being in this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You don't got no business being this. You know you should work at Buffalo Wild Wings. You know it. You know you should be working at Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? You know you have no business. Deep down inside, when you take off your mask and your clown costume and you look in the mirror, you say, damn. You know what I'm saying? And you take off all the shit that you got on, and you know what I'm saying? All the costumes, and underneath that, you like, man, I shouldn't be doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the young ladies, the reason why, oh, she's a fake bitch. She a fake ass bitch. You calling her that, but you going to the mall buying this jewelry, like, you know what, they gonna fall for this one right here. Yeah, they gonna fall for this one right here. They not gonna know, you know what I'm saying, this is boys a night around this motherfucker. They gonna fall for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you having that type of energy alone, you're not even endeavoring to be real with yourself. Stop it. This is the first generation. This is the first generation where, if you popping it, you know what I'm saying, you might get packed out. If you in a circle with some of these dudes, you know, that look like gangsters, that look like goons, you might get packed out. Especially if you popping at they bitch. You know what I'm saying? Leave these prostitute hustlers alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call them hoe hustlers, because a lot of them is not even dealing with hoes. Leave these prostitute hustlers alone. You know what I'm saying? This is the first generation. This is the first generation where, you know, so-called P's want to kill other P's. I have a question. Do P's kill other P's? You know what I'm saying? Is that, you know, when it comes to new era, is that what it's about? Okay, it's a new era. You know, since we in a new era, P's kill other P's. P. That's how that shit work. You know what I'm saying? P's kill other P's, P. You gotta get with the movement or get removed. One of the two, P. You either get with the movement, P, or get removed. You're not gonna be coming in this circle with these suits and these church attire and shit like that, popping all this pimping and shit. We ain't feeling that, though. This is the first generation where niggas is in their feelings about everything. A plethora of motherfuckers in their feelings about everything. We not feeling it, P. You know what I'm saying? Get out your feelings. This is the first generation where you have pimp rap beef. Do pimps rap beef? Back in the 90s and early 2000s, they had that. And I know you living in 90s, 2000s, well, I don't see a lot of authentic representation around here. The same reasons why you niggas complaining about these bitches, you know what I'm saying, is the same reason why we need to go back to the roots of this shit. And it needs to be a collective effort from gentlemen of leisure and niggas that say they want to do it right and actually desire to do it right. For the other niggas that don't desire to do it right and you say fuck all that and all that, bro, go find something else to do. Whataburger, Taco Hell, Murder King. I didn't give you niggas a lot of good game. I really need my cut because I really inspired a lot of you niggas. I'm responsible for a lot of the things that's transpired in your life. You know what I'm saying? I done motivated so many individuals, and these niggas got the audacity to not show me the respect that I really deserve. The audacity that niggas got. Niggas need to show Ambassador Ron way more respect. Respect your elders, nigga. That's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what these niggas need to do. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not saying what I'm saying, it's gonna be another wave of bitches beating up niggas for picking up the trap. You know what I mean? Why'd you beat him up? Because like he had me fucked up. You're not just gonna take my trap. Like, no, that's out. Was he your folks? Yeah. But I decide when I want to give you the trap. Like, that's how this shit work. Period. Like, on Crip. You know what I'm saying? You get beat up by that bitch, but you supposed to be protecting her. You know what I'm saying? If I don't talk, it's going to be more so-called hoes with husbands. And the wife is sending the prostitutes. It's going to be a whole bowl of confusion. If I don't continue to pop this shit and go live, it's going to be nothing but confusion. It's going to be a wave of niggas in the game that's, you know, pretty much saying, you know, hey, admit that I'm a pimp, nigga, or we gonna jump you. Basically, it's gonna be a wave of niggas running around here talking like that, niggas running around here with an Uzi, talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a wave of that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a wave of bitches running around here paying their favorite rapper. And you see, the game has been so much commercialized, bitches think that rappers are peas. So if you don't dress like a fucking rapper, you're not a pimp. If you dress in a suit, a bitch already assume that you going to prom, you going to a wedding, you the Black Willy Wonka, somebody died, you a square motherfucker. This is the first generation to where bitches see you in a suit and they think that you on some other time, you want to date, or you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? This is the first generation. Basically, you gotta dress like a hood nigga for them to think that you a pimp. It's became commercialized. See, back in the early 2000s and 90s, bitches used to break on rappers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Bitches broke on rappers. They didn't admire and try to be a reflection of no goddamn rappers. They used to break on them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them rap dudes knew that they was Max. They knew that they wasn't this pimping. They knew they was Max. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, see, the early 2000s and the 90s, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the rappers knew their place. They actually respected the authentic representation within the lifestyle. They would ask authentic representation to show up in music videos. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of that going on now. If you don't rap, you're not a pimp to a lot of these bitches. And little do a lot of these bitches not know, what you should know, I'm your favorite rapper's folks. A lot of you bitches don't even know that I'm your favorite rapper's folks. You know what I'm saying? He can be your favorite rapper. Let me be your favorite folks, bitch. And I don't want you niggas stealing my lines and stealing what I say on my lives, man. You know what I'm saying? I need 700%, nigga, if you go take any of my bars. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you niggas be listening and taking notes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it fucked. For the young ladies that's listening, I'm going to break down the early 90s and early 2000s versus the modern day 3.0s of today because you're confused. Nobody's told you, bitch, that no, that's not how you're supposed to operate. And if at the end of the day you believe the new era is the right way to go, how come I don't see a lot of millionaire hoes? Excuse me, millionaire pimps, because the pimping come first. I don't see a lot of millionaire pimps. Niggas got other shit going on and they say that it's off strictly pimping. They lying. They a motherfucking lie. I don't care how loud they say it. I don't care how convincing they say it. They a motherfucking lie. Because at the end of the day, if what you're doing, if you had motion and you don't need a bitch and all this other shit, you had motion was going so well, you wouldn't need the hoe. You wouldn't need to call yourself a pimp. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the young ladies are confused. The modern day broads of today are totally confused. You got bitches like I said, putting niggas in leg locks. You got bitches acting like wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? It should never be said that a broad beat up a so-called P. And a lot of bitches at the end of the day, you know, they talk about their love language within the game. And my thing is this: if her love language at the end of the day is stronger than her love for the game, she's a square. And broads of today, that's what you see. Her love language is stronger than her love for the game. That's why she's a square. I wouldn't even call it love language. I would say her lust language is stronger than her love for the game, so that makes her a square. A lot of broads of today don't even know what having love for the game is. A lot of bitches don't even know what having love for the game is. So I don't expect you to love something that you don't even know what it is. If you ask a bitch, what does having love for the game look like? They wouldn't be able to tell you. But she'll definitely be able to tell you what she likes outside of making money. Because to her, the game is just making money. That's it. You know what I'm saying? The reason why there's a plethora of bitches saying shit like, I got a backup plan. The reason why you have a plethora of bitches selling pussy to be a nail tech is because a lot of these dudes. So it starts with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? To prevent a plethora of broads selling pussy to be nail techs, we got to step it up. And I'm saying we, a collective effort. I gotta drop more lives. And I don't condone or promote any criminal activities whatsoever, like I said. I'm just sending the message out to the masses. So don't take what I'm saying as I'm promoting anybody to go out and engage in a lifestyle criminality. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she shouldn't be doing this just become a nail tech. But a lot of you dudes, just to get some pussy in head, you allowing this type of shit. You accepted it. And a lot of these bitches' backup plans, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the lifestyle of today versus the early 90s, see, the early 90s and 2000s, they understood the importance of being with a man. They understood coming from nothing and wanting something much greater. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you know what I'm saying, due to social media, the algorithm of telling a broad that her ideal life should, you know, be a man that just loves her for her, and, you know, and if all her problems are going to be labeled PTSD and post-traumatic stress disorder, ADHD, bipolar, that's what the algorithm is teaching her. Instead of saying, you know what, I like discipline, I need a man in my life. A bitch will listen to the physician before she listen to the man. Before she listen to her man. You listen to this pretty much trick that you would date before you listen to the man that you should be with. And you see that a lot today due to social media. That's one of the biggest problems right there. The differences between the early 90s and 2000s versus the modern day 304s of today. Social media has taken over. She more in pocket when it comes to social media than it come to with some real folks. You know what I'm saying? Social media knocked you for the bitch. Instagram knocked you for the bitch. You know what I'm saying? She paid more attention to Instagram than she do to you. As a matter of fact, when she's in the car with you, when you talking, what is she doing on that Instagram? And see, a lot of shit I'm saying right now, a lot of you niggas might blow some bitches, so don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you guys are not pimps. A lot of individuals just not no pimping at all. And you're going to blow the bitch, and you're going to say, Ambassador Ron's advice doesn't work. When the reality is, if it really was in you, you're going to stay down, and you're going to prevail through the lifestyle, and you're going to be self-motivated because this is something that's really in you for real. But yeah, if you listen to me at the end of the day, tell the bitch to get off Instagram, you're going to blow the bitch. So continue to just, you know, do what you do and get your little money out of your video vixens and shit like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. And your promiscuous girlfriends. You know what I mean? But yeah, bitches got backup plans, and her backup plan, as a matter of fact, her backup plan isn't just to be with you. You would think her first plan is to be with you. Her backup plan is to be with you. No, her backup plan is to go home. You know what I'm saying? When it doesn't work with some real folks, she says, I'm gonna go home. In the early 90s and 2000s, it wasn't no, I'm gonna just go home. It's either I'm gonna stay down or choose up. But the first thing I said was stay down. Because they, like I said, they understood the importance of building something bigger than what they had, which wasn't much. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the 2022, 2018, and you know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of bras think. 2023, 2024, that's how they think. The backup plan is to go home. It used to be go hard or go home. Nowadays is if you give them a choice, if you give the bitch a choice for real, she's going to her mama house. Home ain't choosing to pee. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come home, little baby. I'm just saying, come home. She's thinking about, I'm going home. Bitches will listen to their mama before they listen to their folks. Their mama got more dominion than they folks. You chose this man. You're a grown-ass woman. You're not a little girl no more. A lot of broads that have no respect for men in the society that we living in now. They don't got no respect for men. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep this shit real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about a house or a car, the glamorous shit. I'm talking about some real shit that real pimps go through. Yeah. I pop it like this and I talk like this because I know some individuals that can feel what I'm saying. I pop it like this and talk like this because there's some niggas that's really, you know what I'm saying? It's some potential authentic representation out there. It's some authentic representation that can say, I can relate to that. I can relate to what you really going through, P. I can relate to what you've been through, P. I can relate to your success as well, though, P. You know what I'm saying? I can relate. You know what I'm saying? Bro, want to go to her mama house. She listening to her mama more than she listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, in 2024, I brought her ass. Why haven't we went to Dubai? Why haven't you bought me a car? Like, do you got me? You gonna make sure my life is good? You gonna make sure I'm good if I come home? What do your bitches look like? Do you treat them good? Do you treat your bitches good? Like, how do you treat them? Can I see what they look like? You know what I'm saying? A lot of broads at the end of the day are in the game because they really want a trick. They really want a husband. Not to say if you buy her a car, if you buy her nice things that you're a trick, but I will say this. When the last time that bitch was tested? Has she went through test troubles and times? Have you got everything you wanted before you got everything she wanted? That's what I'm saying. Now, if you sat up there and bought that bitch all that shit and she ain't went through no test troubles and time, you are a trick. Absolutely. Now, if she went through all those things and she prevailed and she showed you that she's solid, talking about solid for real. A lot of y'all think your bitch is solid, but she not. She just hasn't been tested. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Try testing that bitch about warning her about Ambassador Ron. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if you niggas can do that. Try testing her without warning her about Ambassador Ron. Because a lot of you niggas didn't directly warn her about Ambassador Ron. Anybody but Ambassador Ron, bitch. And some of y'all indirectly has warned the bitch about me. Because the reality is you don't want her to get a hold of my message because you know that if she has a little bit of common sense, she gonna say, you know what? I need to be with some real authentic folks. You know what I'm saying? How many of you niggas let your bitch listen to Ambassador Ron? If you do, you a smart man, man. Blessings to you. That means you love this game if you let the bitch listen to Ambassador Ron, man. Blessings to you, for real, you know what I'm saying? Blessings to all the brother men that listen to Ambassador Ron, man. And blessings to the P's too. You know what I'm saying? But bitches running around talking about why we ain't went to Japan, why we ain't went to Africa and Antarctica and shit like that. Back in the day, in the early 90s and 2000s, having something just in general, having something in general was being with the man. You know what I'm saying? Being with the man that's presiding over you. That was having something back in the day. Nowadays, if the bitch don't have a car, I'm going home. You have more renegades than hoes, and you got more hoe hustlers than pimps. You got more prostitute hustlers more than pimps, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, bitches, I would say, if you ask me, I would say they're more self-serving. You know what I'm saying? Everything caters towards the bitch. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga can't do this for me, he needs to be able to do something. That's the mentality. How many bitches do you have? What do they look like? Like I said, that's self-serving. It has everything it has to do with what you can do for her. That's the modern day 304. And then a lot of people don't even know that the term 304, that wasn't something that was supposed to be within the game. You didn't really start hearing the 304 term until you start hearing rappers talk about it. Can we keep it all the way 100? You didn't start hearing 304 until you start hearing these rappers bring up the term 304. You know what I'm saying? You didn't. And if the young ladies really know the history, there's a reason why I titled this the early 90s to 2000 ladies of leisure versus the modern day 304s of today. It's a reason why I titled it like that. Because back in the 90s, 304, that was something at the end of the day that was in the pager. That was in the pager. You would get 304 at the end of the day. Like pimps didn't type in 304 or put 304 in their pager to other P's. P's didn't send 304 to hoes. 304 was a term basically to say that they got a slut or a promiscuous bitch that want to fuck. And it wasn't 304. It was 5304. And if you flip it upside down, it would spell hoe. I don't think you guys even understand what I'm saying. It was 5304 on the pager. You flip it upside down, and it would spell hoe. Pimps didn't run around here getting paged hoe. That was a square thing. That was a square thing. Squares did that whenever they had a promiscuous bitch that they want to fuck on at the house. Like the hump, like you got a homie, right? Just like you got an iPhone, you can call the homie on the iPhone A. Like squares might call their homie on the iPhone A. I got this little bitch, you know what I'm saying? She ready. She wanna fuck. Well, that was the same thing back in the 90s when they had pagers. You know what I'm saying? That might page their homeboy. You know what I'm saying? 5304. And they already knew what that meant. That means they got a bitch that is ready to get fucked on. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even know that that was the square thing. That wasn't nothing in regards to the game. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of bitches saying they 304s not even knowing where the term derived from or arrived from. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important to know your history. So when people say it's a new era, I say you're right. You're making more mistakes because you don't even know what you call yourself. You keep saying this, that's the old this, that's the old that. You know what I'm saying? Once you put your ego and pride to the side and learn about your history. Learn your history. Learn about where these concepts came from. Because it's a lot of niggas that don't like me, but they've learned a lot from me. You know what I'm saying? But if they put their ego and pride to the side, they'll say, you know what? I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a square thing. That, you know, niggas only got paged other niggas or paged other people 5304 to let the homie know or let the bros know that, hey, man, I got this little wild, promiscuous bitch that just wants to fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that 5304, it got matriculated in the game due to social media, through niggas not caring about the history, niggas not caring about, you know, the early 90s and the way things are done. Them not giving a fuck. And just, we don't live by no rules. That's why you have a plethora of blades getting shut down, niggas getting popped, niggas get beat up by bitches on the blade. That's what it looks like when niggas say we don't care about no rules. 20 niggas getting handcuffed in front of liquor stores and shit like, that's what it looks like when niggas don't give a fuck about the rules. Bringing extra heat, bringing extra attention to the lifestyle that should be considered, quote unquote, a secret society. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like. That's what the new era looks like. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, thank the people that want new era. And that they don't want to know about the history on why is this called a 304? Why is it called this? Let me learn about why we can't mix it to fix it. Let me learn about why. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just running your mouth, a lot of y'all need to shut the fuck up and listen. Shout out to all the individuals that care about doing it the right way and you know, care about, they said, well, P, you get on social media and pop this game, that's incriminating. You stupid motherfucker. Kenny Red, you know what I mean? Virgil, you know what I'm saying? Gorgeous Dre. You know what I'm saying? They also went viral. Magic Don Juan. You stupid motherfucker. They been going viral about this shit. The difference is they weren't incorporating guns. Dumbass niggas. Stupid motherfuckers. They wasn't incorporating guns and gang banging. You niggas want to incorporate killing niggas, gang banging, slide on ops. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Beefing with pimp. Like, rap beefing with pimps. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't stop it. You know what I'm saying? It's only, oh, you do the police's job. No, it's because I'm telling the truth. I'm speaking against what you're doing. I'm speaking against you adding all the extra shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's why I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to ruin you niggas' day, but you part of the problem. So a lot of the modern day 304s, they're confused because of the individuals that they're listening to on social media. And the modern day 304s going to continue to stay confused until they run into a brick wall. Until these niggas crash out, go to jail, or end up finding a wife. Because a lot of you niggas ain't pimps. You just haven't found the woman of your dreams yet. Once you find the woman of your dreams, you going to settle down. Instead of sitting her down, you're going to settle down and you're going to leave this pimp shit alone. And you're going to sit up there and talk about, you know, that I was lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? I should have listened to Ron when he said I should work at Taco Hell. I should have got into some organization so I could leave this shit alone. A lot of you niggas got mental issues. You know what I mean? And you've basically helped this bitch, you know what I mean, be worse. You know what I mean? So she not even staying down. The bitch just staying dumb. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why a lot of the modern day 304s are the way they are now is because a lot of pimps stopped being trends. They stopped creating trends. They started following trends. So when the new purple jeans come out, you know, pimps start wearing the new purple jeans. You know what I'm saying? If it's a shirt that say we sell, what's that shirt? That hoodie? That's all for a lot of lean. That's a new pimp nowadays. Instead of setting trends, you know what I mean? They start following trends. You know what I'm saying? And when you have pimps starting to follow trends, words have no meaning no more. A bitch that sucked off 8 niggas in the bathroom, she's a 304. You know what I'm saying? A promiscuous bitch that like to just suck on people, you know, at colleges and frat parties, she's a 304. I can never do that. I can never be a 304. You got content creator, OnlyFans, you know, broads. I'm a 304. I do content. I don't have to work on the dirty blade. You know what I'm saying? Whereas back in the day, the early 90s and 2000s, you know, it wasn't no OnlyFans. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Now, you had Backpage and Redbook and, you know what I'm saying? Those things were there. But even then, the broads of that time, you know what I'm saying, they weren't as worse as they are now. And I'm just keeping it real. You could have money in motion with a bitch. You could have all the money. But a lot of these broads, even when they bring a lot of money, they're a headache. And that's if you're doing it right. Now, if you don't give a fuck, and you know what I'm saying, you know, and you just like, whatever, I don't care about nothing, just bring me some money. Okay, and then you might not have no problems if you just I don't give a fuck about what the bitch do. I don't give a fuck about how she talk to me. She could call me a bitch. She could talk to me like a sucker, and guess what? Everything's fine. Then you know, you probably won't understand what I'm saying. You know, this is not for you. But you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, like the 90s and the early 2000s, hoes was real salesperson. They know how to sell. I'm not going to call her a salesman. She was a saleswoman. She understood the importance of the art of conversation. You know what I mean? Back in the 90s and 2000s, hoes didn't live in hotel rooms. Hotel rooms wasn't a thing. The internet did that. The internet created that. Once bitches start getting on the internet, it made it cool to live in hotel rooms. That's when the hotels start getting paid more. They said, we're going to capitalize off y'all somehow. You're going to pay this hotel. Instead of paying the man, you're going to pay this hotel. That's why a lot of P's don't like bitches on the internet. Some do, you know what I mean? Depending on the race of the bitch or how good she hoe. You know what I'm saying? But hoes didn't live in hotel rooms until the internet came about. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying, the early 90s and 2000s was probably the best era. You know what I'm saying? It was the best era to be in. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays you can't really distinguish the differences between a square versus a hoe. A lot of people don't know how to distinguish the two. How do I tell which was which? There's so many broads being square that it's literally hard for people to understand who was who. Like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying, a lot of their lust language or quote unquote love language is stronger than the love they have for the game, which makes her a square. The internet's done that. Modern day bitches, modern day 304s, they want instant gratification. They want instant gratification and sensations. Right now, are you going to come pick me up? You know what I'm saying? You've been talking to this broad. You might have reached out to her a few times and say you went out of town to a whole different city. You know what I mean? 4 weeks later, she hits you up. Can you come get me? She wants instant gratification. She wants to be on her time. when she's ready. The modern day 304 believes that she's the prize and the trophy. See, a trophy is something you have to win over. A lot of bitches, a lot of the modern day 304s, they're the possessed trophy that you have to win over, and you have to show them instant gratification and sensations all at once. You got to lick her ass, eat her pussy, give her a whole bunch of Percocets, fuck the shit until she almost die, fuck the shit out the bitch till she almost die. You know what I'm saying? And you have to bring her a car within a week. Believe it or not, a lot of niggas is doing that. Instant gratification and sensations. Then they get on the internet or they get behind a motherfucking camera and start popping it. You know what I'm saying? That's the new generation, the modern day 304s. I don't even like the word 304s. I don't like 304. Very commercial, very animated. I like Lady of Leisure or Hoe. It sounds more serious. You know, when a bitch calls herself a 304, that's how I know you probably don't take this shit serious. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, you know, the modern day 304, being promiscuous is more common than it has ever been. They giving out pussy like EBT phones. Like pretty much, you know what, you know, I'm a bitch that likes to suck dick and I'm pretty. And people like to fuck me. I might as well become a hoe. The value of pussy has declined significantly. The prices that they were set back then, it shouldn't be the prices now. You know what I'm saying? See, the value have pussy, it's declined so much, you know what I'm saying, to where Tricks is in total control now. Now, back in the day, you had individuals that wasn't doing it right, because you're going to have some people that listen to what I'm saying. They're going to go on the internet and find nothing but negativity. That's why it's important to talk to elders, people that were in the lifestyle that did it the right way. Because if you go on the internet, they're going to promote nothing but, you know, motherfuckers on drugs and motherfuckers doing it the wrong way. And you're going to say, well, when I look on the internet, all I see is negativity. I don't see anybody doing it the right way. I understand why they do that. They don't want you to be in the lifestyle. They want you to continue to work at that 9 to 5 and pay the government. They want you to continue to pay that CEO at Best Buy. They don't want you to build with the man. That's why there's nothing but negativity on the internet, for the most part. But then you have some positive representation as well. But a lot of the positive representation that get fly, that, you know, where are the P's and the Rolls Royces that get fly? Where are the P's that get suited and booted that get fly? You know what I'm saying? You don't really see any like that unless they rap. And that's no knock on the rappers, because you can rap and be a P. You know what I'm saying? You have some individuals that rap about the lifestyle of pimping. You got other individuals that are a pimp that raps about pimping. But back then, you know, a lot of the broads, when they said, I gotta get to know you first, that was genuine. That was really genuine. Nowadays, I gotta get to know you first, they saying that because they're weighing what situation they should be in. They're trying to break on you for your energy and time. They're trying to break on you for some money. They don't value you enough. They're weighing their options. You're not somebody that she chose. You're a selection. She puts you in the category of everybody else's. You know, he said he's going to lick my ass. He said he's going to take me shopping and buy me a car. But what you're saying is some real shit too. It's a lot of that going on. I have a lot of options, but I'm still talking to you. Nowadays, the modern day 304, her mindset is, I'm talking to you. I could be talking to anybody else. I can go with JoJo or Bobo or Dodo. I can go with anybody. But I'm still talking to you. They feel like you're lucky. That's the modern day 304. No matter, you could have way more than the bitch, and she'll still talk to you like you're lucky to have her. You know what I'm saying? It's, I know some people listening like, yeah, he's saying some real shit, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's strictly money motivated because there's too many niggas that's in this shit that shouldn't be in it, and they putting the money over their morals, over their principles, over all that. You know what I'm saying? They know better than the bitches because the bitches like instant gratification and sensations, and there's a lot of sensations. See, a lot of people growing up, right? They got a kick out of doing the wrong thing. They got a kick out of being sneaky. When their mama told them don't put their hands in the cookie jar and they did it anyway, you know what I'm saying? It was the sensation from doing it the wrong way. It was the sensation from breaking the rules. It was a guilty pleasure. Let me just say it was a pleasure. A lot of niggas have that same mentality as the bitch. I just like breaking the rules. If she like to break your rules and you're not operating from the rules of the game, what makes you different than the promiscuous prostitute? Because you're promiscuous just like the bitch. But that's behind closed doors and that's none of my business, right? You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about that, man. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, that's what you see. Nowadays, these niggas just like sex and money. Just like the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, see the 90s and early 2000s, it wasn't a good time before a good grind. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, in the early 90s and 2000s, it wasn't an argument on if he was a P or not. Everybody knew what you was doing. It was clear. And the way you conducted yourself and the way you handled yourself. Nowadays, you can't tell what he do. If he didn't voice it, if he didn't sit up there and voice it, and put it on a rap song, you don't know what he did. You don't know you didn't know. Is he a scammer? Is he a rapper? Because scammers are different than what they are now. Scammers back in the 90s and 2000s was motherfuckers behind a computer. Like tech guys, geek guys behind a computer, hacking some shit. That was scammers back then. It's a different era of scammers. You got niggas you got so-called P's that dress like scammers and scammers that dress like P's. They all that's all offer a lot of syrup hoodie. The scammers and the P's. So a bitch don't know who is who. And guess what? The scammer, he's saying exactly what the P said. The difference is he said it but didn't display it. Don't just say it, also display it. I've always said that. And the modern day 304, she doesn't want to admit that the guy that she paid wasn't a pimp. She don't want to admit that. She'll debate it with you. No, he was a P. Like, okay, I was with him for 2 years, or I was with him for 8 months, and like he was doing all the shit you be talking about, like taking care of me. My nails were done, my hairs were done. Like he was upper echelon. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, he was a high roller P. I'm like, bitch, you don't even know what the fuck you just said. You said he was a high roller P. Repeat what the fuck you just said again, bitch. So, cause a lot of times you gotta let people know about themselves. The terms you're using is all wrong. Now you might think by me using the correct terms that it's some nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about the term. What are you doing in this lifestyle then, bro? Just, you know what I mean? Be a Mac, be a play. Like, terms are important because you're literally confusing these bitches. You know what I'm saying? You got bras that call themselves hoes being feminist. I'm a feminist. Like, you even know what you're talking about? And when we use the wrong terminology, it brings a lot of goofy motherfuckers in the game. People that don't belong in this shit. Squares calling themselves 304s. They ain't never turned a trick or busted a date or broke a trick. None of that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to admit that the guy that they paid wasn't a pimp. You know what I'm saying? They're actually, if anything, they're actually uh, 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 sitting up there defending a trick. Little did they know they defending a trick. You don't want to admit that he wasn't a pimp because you don't want to admit that you were wrong. You don't want to admit that you made a mistake. The dick was good enough for you to say, no, he was still a pimp. The guy that you paid wasn't a pimp. He just made a mistake and just fucked on a square bitch behind my back. We all make mistakes. Maybe in a square relationship, but in this lifestyle, there are rules. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a mistake if he did it on numerous occasions. You know what I'm saying? You call it a mistake because you only know about that one time. But bitch, you knew he wasn't a pimp. You just liked what you liked. See, back in the early 90s and 2000s also, a choosing fee was common and was accepted. Nowadays, a bitch will come to you and say, he took my ID, he took my purse. You know what I'm saying? He took my birth certificate. He took my phone. A bitch want to come to you when she has nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's like a choosing fee has been totally thrown out. A choosing fee is only, it sounds good. It just sounds good. You have to have status to have a choosing fee nowadays. If you don't have status and clout, would you still get a choosing fee? Did she really choose you just because she's giving you the money and talking to you crazy? Because behind closed doors, some of these bitches be talking to these niggas crazy. And they be doing crazy ass shit because these niggas don't do thorough inventory on that bitch. Meaning they don't really take the time out. Because if you keep it real, if you deep, a lot of individuals don't have the time to take out with every single bitch. But if you want to allow that bitch around you, you better take the time out. And that's why I say you can't have motion and be a pimp. Because you're not going to have the time. A choosing fee was common and accepted. And it take a lot more than just, a choosing fee. Because a lot of them ain't choosing me.